I'm Marianne Martin, author of The Liberators of Willow Run. Anne McMahon will be reading from Chapter 3.
The wooden plank table sat outside the entrance to the air raid shelter, underground fire brick lined corridors that stretched beneath the plant. If the war came to home soil, it stood to reason it would come here to destroy America's largest war machine, and they would be ready. The Army, stationed on the east side of the airport, was there to protect the plant. The shelter was there to protect the workers. Audrey placed their sandwiches on the table and settled across from Nona. The sounds of the plant were replaced by the not too distant droning of planes taking off and landing. Is it true, Nona began, that Mr. Lindbergh himself helps test the planes? Uh-huh, Audrey managed with a mouthful of sandwich. We're important here, aren't we? Nona asked. This plant, I mean. Audrey motioned toward the square-holed entrance to the air raid shelter. Are you worried we'll have to use that? Nona nodded. I worry that the other Negro workers and I won't be allowed down there. Audrey stopped short on her next bite. I don't want to believe that would ever happen. She watched Nona drop her eyes. I'm being naive, aren't I? Nona looked up and nodded. But your heart's in the right place. I can't say that about everyone. You mean Mac and June, Audrey said with a nod. Mac doesn't like me much either. To Mac, women don't wear trousers and work in plants. They don't make decisions for their families, and they don't go out dancing while their men are fighting a war. Mac hates change. He can handle rationing, coming out of retirement to work long hours, and putting his money into war bonds, but not having to work with women, and now a Negro woman. You're fine, Audrey said. I'm fine. Even June, oblivious as she is fine. Maybe you can be sure for yourself, Nona replied, but you can't be sure for me. You see a couple of problems, the ones you bump shoulders with every day, but you don't see the ones around the next corner, the people that judge me for the color of my skin and not for my heart. You don't see them because you don't have to. I'm being naive again, and I don't want to be, Nona. We're all longing for someone to talk to, Nona said, hoping to find someone who likes us for who we are. I'm not satisfied with what I'm told or what is expected. I want to see for myself. I want to make my own decisions. This is a pretty scary time, Audrey observed. Women are having to work outside their homes for the first time in their lives. But for them, this is only a moment in time. As soon as their husbands come home, they'll go back to the lives they're used to. But that isn't what I want for my life. What do you want for your life? Nona asked. I always want to work. That way I will have my own money and I can make my own decisions. What do you want your life to be like? Nona's face brightened. I want to have enough money to afford more than 2 pairs of shoes, she added with a smile. I have a plan for my life. I know exactly what I want, and that's to be an educator. The commitment in her tone, even tempered by the soft drawl of her accent, was convincing. Nona did know what she wanted. She was believable, even inspiring. Grab your dream with both hands and don't let go. Find a way to overcome the obstacles, the restrictions, the attitudes. Nona's eyes said she would do just that. You make me feel like a woman can do anything she sets her mind to. We can, Nona said, her eyes widening in possibility. We're proving that right here in this plant. Audrey agreed. I don't think even a few years ago people would believe we could do what we do every day. How can anyone deny now what we're capable of? Have you thought about what things will be like after the war? Nona asked. Some things will never be the same for a lot of people. Families who lose someone in the war, women who enjoy their newfound independence, people who have moved to other parts of the country for work, Audrey said. I admit, though, I don't have a solid plan for my future like you do. But the president is warning us that there is a lot of war yet to fight. We still have a high order and a lot more bombers to roll out of this place. I guess I'll have time to figure my future out. Still, having a plan in place can't hurt, Audrey. Think about it. Thank you for listening.